most devastating beauty Skyrim has witnessed in 5 millennia. And you are evidently blind.
But you're hideous.
You must have drank a speechcraft potion to fabricate such a ridiculous lie. Away with you, peasant.
Hey, hey!
What is it?
This weather is terrible. Can't be helped.
Need something.
How'd you make original fortune?
I inherited it. And by that I mean I earned every septum. My mother was a hard woman, and she treated her servants, her farmhands, and her children like hardened criminals.
What do you mean by that?
I remember we had an orc servant, bastard born. And every time my mother got drunk, she made it a point to remind him. She gave the poor sod a serving of knuckle pie for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 3 square meals a day. Right square in the jaw.
Oh my god, Serena has man hands.
I don't have to imagine how much they hurt. I know the taste of it all too well.
I can't imagine why anyone would want to punch you.
Yes. Only the beatings weren't enough. Bruises heal, but the words stick you like a dagger. One day I asked a servant why he puts up with it.
Coin or two for a
and he
veteran?
told me,
It's not
same
much
reason
to
you
ask.
do. For the gold. I learned a valuable lesson that day. The one with the gold makes the rules.
You know you can afford a
Those
septum
without
or
it are
two.
prisoners. Those with it can forever live free.
Your strict upbringing strengthened your character. You should be thankful.
I most certainly am not. The lessons I learned were not gifts, but things that I paid an overwhelming price for.
I'm sure you're exaggerating. You were still wealthy to extent pampered.
People always talk about the horrors of discrimination, but they seem to revel in it when it affects the rich. While it's true that when my mother died, I was afforded every luxury, but they seem to revel in it when it affects the rich.
Goodbye.
Leave then.
Do I have Serana installed? I do have that mod installed. Fix Serana. Good. I have the Serana dialogue edit installed.
Come in and shut the door.
Hello there.
Oh, what delight. Another charming customer.
Bad day?
It is when my customers waste time chatting and not buying.
You get a lot of business like that?
Radiant Raiment has the finest attire in all of Skyrim. That is how we get business.
Wow, you are not a nice
Breeches,
word.
Gowns, clothes for any occasion, really. Finally.
Wow. I don't like you.
Did you find it? Tell me you found it. Wait, you're not my assistant. Curses! What's keeping her?
What in oblivion are you talking about?
The final painting. The one that completes the story. I have to have it.
What story are you talking about?
Esther Moreau's final piece. Surely you've heard of her.
Yes, Esther Moreau is my cousin.
That would make you very old indeed, given she has been dead for centuries. Moreau was a writer of dwarven stories, and her imagination was limitless. But she was more than a writer. She was an artist. Moreau predicted that in the future, people would tell stories not with words, but pictures. That's why her most famous novel isn't a novel at all. It's a series of paintings that tell of the grandest epics.
Is the painting on the wall one of her works?
It is indeed. Part 6 of 7. The first 5 I have stored away in my personal chambers. But the entire set is useless without its conclusion. Even a glimpse of it would give me the closure I seek.
Where is the final painting?
I made the purchase through a reliable source weeks ago and set my assistant to retrieve it. Only it appears the deal went sour, as she hasn't returned.
Well, I'm sworn to help those in need, so I can help out.
Markarth. Evidently it was in possession of the Silverblood family. If they've double-crossed me, I swear on Zenithar that they will pay. Find out what happened to my assistant, and you'll find the painting.
Fine. But you're all dirty. Thalmor!
Oh, what delight. Why, hello. Here to buy? If you have to ask the price, you might be in the wrong store.
What's wrong with my outfit?
Nothing at all. It's very nice. If you want something with a little more style, however, you should see what we have available.
Do you always insult people when you meet them?
It's not an insult, just an observation. If I were walking around with a wound, I would want you to tell me to see a doctor.
Wow.
Your outfit is something of an open wound, where attire is concerned.
So what should I wear to the Blue Palace?
You're really going to the Blue Palace? That presents an opportunity. If you are willing to wear one of Radiant Raymond's outfits and speak to the Jarl, I would not only pay you, but let you keep the outfit.
Well, sounds easy enough. I'll do it.
Good. Here's the outfit. Try to get Elisif's opinion on it, and if she likes it, mention it's from Radiant Raymond.
Ooh, okay.
Thank you for your patronage.
Let's see. Noble clothes. Well, I look dapper, except I don't have shoes. Do you have shoes? You didn't give me shoes.
Oh, let me take a look.
Do you have noble shoes? Noble shoes. Nope. Ragged boots, ornate mage's boots. How about fine shoes? There, I'll take some fine shoes.
Thank the... I can help with purchases, but if you've come... Take a look.
And do you have a good hat? I need a hat. Common cap, chef hat. Do you have like a noble hat? Fine hat. I guess I'll take the fine hat. Oh dear God. Oh dear God, what is the hell? Look like Santa. Very dapper Santa.
Feel free to look around. We have a fine selection of herbs here at Angela's Aromatics. You're a traveler, correct? Have you been to Whiterun?
Yes.
Wonderful. I hadn't really hoped to run into someone who'd been there. My daughter Fura was assigned to Whiterun after she joined the Imperial Army. I was hoping you might have met her. I haven't heard from her lately. I've tried talking to Captain Aldous, but he hasn't been any help.
I haven't met her, but I can try to get more information.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. Anything you can find out from Captain Aldous would be welcome news.
Aromatics, do you sell perfumes?
We mostly carry herbs and alchemical ingredients, that sort of thing. Before the war, our stock was mostly used for aromatic use in homes. Yes. These days, we have more people like you coming in, looking for healing and the like.
Can you train me in alchemy?
No. Mostly, I'm just a simple herbalist. Lami over in Mothall should be able to help you. So you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
Yes. Daedra Venom. Hag Ravenclaw. Nirnroot.
Don't forget me next time you need herbs and potions.
Serena, your eyes glow.
Do you mind?
Sorry.
What is causing this texture to be so fucked up? It's like, looks like Minecraft. I don't know what the hell's going on with that one. Like, this texture's fine, that one's all messed up. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's like Doom texture. Wait a minute. Are there vampires in chat?
Welcome to Bits and Pieces. I'm sure you'll find what you need here. Biren said you got here just before the execution. Must have been a lovely first sight.
Who's Baron?
Baron's my husband. He works the forge up at Castle Dower. I barely see him nowadays, what with him filling orders for the army.
Were you at Rogvir's execution?
No, that was an ugly affair. High King Torig's death has turned the whole town on its head. Between you and me, he wasn't even that good a king. All of those rambling speeches about the Empire this and the Empire that. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
I'll take the lockpick. Thank you,
Come
madam.
back to Bits and Pieces anytime.
I shall. Doggy! Hey, puppy. It's a good boy.
Arms and arms, forged by a Fresh fish, straight from the fjord.
Get your
Plenty of fresh fish for you.
You and your daughter were at the execution.
Sorry, yes. It's been hard on her. The girl misses her uncle. I've tried to explain that Rodvir did something bad, and that we all have to be accountable for our actions. But the child feels what she is.
Where do you catch the fish?
Down at the docks. There are a few good spots if you can avoid the East Empire Company workers and those red wave thugs. These
Goodbye.
are troubled times. Be on your guard out there.
Hi there. Ew.
You wouldn't have a few minutes to run down to the docks, would you?
apples, tomatoes.
What do you need from the docks?
Well, I've got a shipment of spices the East Empire Company is holding up. I need someone to convince them to release it.
Fresh fish.
Well, I am a paladin sworn to help you. I could do it.
Great. Get back to me when you're done, and I'll give you something for your time.
Is your spice wine made from a secret recipe?
Freshest in Skyrim.
Oh, yes. A secret family recipe. The only good thing my father Octave ever did. In fact, it's so good, no one else in Skyrim even tries to make any.
How are your sales?
They're adequate. Honestly, I rely on the business brought in by the burning of King Olaf, and that's not likely to happen this year.
Apples, tomatoes.
What's the burning of King Olaf?
It's a great big festival put on by the bards every year. They burn an effigy of old King Olaf. It's quite a bit of fun. The bards give out spiced wine during the festival, so they put it in a big order. And then, for weeks after, demand is so high, I can barely keep up. But with the death of High King Torig, the festival has been declared in poor taste. So it looks like it won't happen this year.
That's a shame.
Good luck out there. Seems like a tough time to be wandering Skyrim.
Hi there.
You look like you could do with a ripe apple. Or a tomato. Cabbage. Or leek.
Don't you have trouble getting ripe goods here?
I have my ways, but it's not easy these days. The Black Blood Marauders have been plundering ships off the coast. A lot of people been hurt by their foolishness.
I bet you get some interesting people through here.
That I do. I had a messenger from Dragon Bridge stop here on his way to the Blue Palace not too long ago. He was very nervous. Mentioned something about needing help.
Goodbye.
Come back when you figure out how to spend money.
Excuse me? What the hell?
Don't hurt me.
Someone do something.
Keep the cold at bay
Fresh
with
fish,
our spiced wine.
straight from the fjord.
Lady Atia says my voice is second only to hers, but she's
Uh-huh.
selling it short. Lady Atia says my voice is...
Clear out Steep Fall Barrow, sure.
second only to hers, but she's...
El Duder with 5 gift subs for chat.
The freshest in Skyrim.
Massacre, Spartan of Rome, Esprit, King Wizard, LFC letters. Thank you for those resubs, guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Yeah, Julie did a good job with the Skyrim emotes. They're really good.
Your path has brought you to the finest Fletcher in all the land.
Hi.
Hello and welcome, my friend. How may I help you on this fine day?
I need some arrows that can take down a dragon.
Why, of course. And will you also be needing the bow that shoots rainbows? Or perhaps a quiver that dispenses beer? Look, if you want arrows, we have them. But don't insult my intelligence. Take a
Wow,
look.
what a dick. I don't like him. Chance to lift the target's feet off the ground, immobilizing it for 5 seconds. Oppression reduces magic resistance by 40% for 15 seconds. Asp. Target leaves combat. Man, these are expensive. That's a good enchant. I'll take that.
Perhaps I'll be seeing more of you.
Hopefully not. You were rude to me. And now I'm gonna Dan W real hard.
Be careful.
Yeah, he got wrecked. Hello.
Seems there's no end to the needs of the Imperials. But what can I help you with?
You make armor for the Imperials?
It's almost all I have time for these days. The men training here in Solitude, and the troops out in the field, they all need weapons and armor. You should look into joining. They could use every hand they can get.
You seem pretty dedicated to the Empire, then.
To be honest, no. But High King Torig supported them. And now, her Lady Elisif has thrown in with them. You could say I'm a king's man at heart. I guess that's Jarl's man now. My loyalty lies with Solitude. So, where Jarl Elisif leads, I follow.
Have you considered getting out there and fighting?
I think I would, if it weren't for my son and my wife. Oh, Seema would have my hide if I even suggested I might step foot on a battlefield. You think Stormcloaks and Legionnaires are dangerous? Ha!
Well, to tell you the truth, there's all this talk of battle.
The finest weapons
yet
and armor.
When you go out there, you never see any of it. It's very suspicious. There's all this talk about a war and battles, but you go out there to try to find that war, and there's nothing. There's no one fighting. There's no armies. There's It's almost like they ran out of time and couldn't figure out how to incorporate it into the game.
Return anytime you need arms or armor. My forge never rests. I've got weapons.
Wait, there was a third door up there.
Armor for getting.
That was just his place. I'm always impressed by how they just let people walk in the castle wherever the hell they want.
I'm telling you, Ulfric's planning an attack on Whiterun.
He'd be insane to try. He doesn't have the men.
That's not what my scouts report, sir. Every day more join his cause. Riften, Dawnstar, and Winterhold support him.
It's not a cause. It's a rebellion.
Call it whatever you like, General. The man's going to try to take Whiterun.
Jarl Baldruf.
Baldruf refuses the Legion's right to garrison troops in his city. On the other hand, he also refuses to acknowledge Ulfric's claim.
Well, if he wants to stand outside the protection of the Empire, fine. Let Ulfric pillage his city.
General.
You people and your damn Jarls.
Sir, you can't force a Nord to accept help he hasn't asked for.
Stop it.
If Ulfric's making a move for Whiterun, then we need to be there to stop him. Draft another letter with the usual platitudes, but this time share some of your intelligence regarding Ulfric's plans. Embellish if you have to. We'll let it seem like it's his idea.
Yes, sir.
You Nords and your bloody sense of honor.
Sir.
Hello.
Are my men now giving free rein to anyone who wanders into the castle? Do you have some reason to be here, citizen?
I believe we've already met.
Have we? Oh, of course. You were at Helgen. One of the prisoners, if I recall correctly.
I helped Hadvar escape. He said he'd vouch for me.
Hadvar's alive? I hope that's true. He's a damn good soldier. But he hasn't reported in yet, so he can't exactly confirm your story. In the meantime, why don't you have a chat with Legate Ricka? I suspect we might have use for someone resourceful like you. Not many survived Helgen. Besides, I'm sure your being imprisoned was all a terrible misunderstanding.
Yeah, it totally was.
You survived Helgen? General Tullius told me what happened. Not many made it out alive. I've got a good feeling about you, and I don't often get good feelings about anything. A warrior knows to trust her gut. I'm not going to go through the normal process with you. I've got a little test lined up. Pass that, and we'll talk about you joining the Legion.
What kind of test?
The kind that evaluates your usefulness during duress. I'm sending you to clear out Fort Herogstad. If you survive, you'll pass. If you die, then I'll have no further use for your corpse.
By myself? You want me to assault a fort by myself? What do you think I am, the Dragonborn? Oh, wait. What's up for Hagstrad?
The ancients built many of the fortresses that dot the landscape of Skyrim. Sadly, most have fallen into disrepair, and nearly all have been overrun with bandits or other vagabonds. Fort Herogstad is one of the few that remains mostly intact. We're going to install a garrison there, but first, you're going to clean out the bandits that have moved in.
I'm going alone?
Yes, this is a test. I don't think you're regular militia material.
Stop creeping.
I want to see what you're capable of.
Consider that fort already yours.
Good, that's what I want to hear. Now go make it happen, soldier.
Serana's creeping like hell over there. Emperor's Tower requires a key.
Oh, Master, it's your time to do with as you please. But what about those who depend on you so much? You help me. You help people, right? That's what you do.
Uh-huh.
Please, take pity on an old madman.
What do you need?
My master has abandoned me, abandoned his people, and nothing I say can change his mind. Now he refuses to even see me. He says I interrupt his vacation. It's been so many years. Won't you please help?
How can I find your master?
Last I saw him, he was visiting a friend in the Blue Palace. But no one as mundane as the Jarl. No, such people are below him. No, he went into the forbidden wing of the palace to speak with an old friend. Said it had been ages since they had last had tea. Oh, and you'll need the hip bone. It's very important. No entering Pelagius's wing without that.
Why do you need him back?
Without his guidance, our homeland is falling apart. North wages war against South. The holy flame flickers and dies. We need his return. Oh, but I'm sure he'll repay you when he comes to his senses. His favor is a powerful, powerful thing, and so very worth any inconveniences.
Who is your master?
He is a great man, but one rarely praised. He rules twin empires that span the length and breadth of our minds. All know him, but few can name him. But he has forbidden me from saying his name. He says it distracts him, and woe to those who draw his ire. But you will know him when you see him. He's the one who made me like this.
How can I get to your master?
He stays in the Pelagius wing of the Blue Palace. The doors are locked, and only Falk Firebeard can grant entry. But I hear the maids, Una and Erdi, know how to enter it for cleaning. Surely they could help for such an important matter.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. I shall go find your master after I do something very important. Uh-oh. 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 I'm not in my armor. Get him!
There you are.
Bo, 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 bo. Get him down. Ah, smiting them. What the hell are you?
Four mortals made a pact, dressed in blood, signed in blood. The hollows scream words unknown, knells of silence to forewarn that which cannot be unseen. Darkness fathom daylight's dream. Signed in, for the seeds have been planted in the void. And the void planted in the sea.
I can't handle that voice. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't do it. Just can't do it. Nope. Cannot handle whatever the hell she's doing with that voice there. That is not. Yep, that's definitely a modded voice. Probably interesting NPCs. Whoops. Why was that labeled as stealing? It's a plant that grows. How could someone steal that? Doesn't make any sense. The arcade, there should be an arcade shrine in here if this is for arcade. Where is it? How does this person not have a shrine to arcade?
Hello, my child. RK watch over you.
How long have you tended the Hall of the Dead?
All my life. I practically grew up in the hall. My father and mother were the priest and priestess of RK before me, you see? I believe I was put here to protect this place from the darkness that pervades Solitude.
What darkness pervades Solitude?
This city has a long history of madness and murder. The Wolf Queen, Pelagius, the death of High King Torygg, and now, public executions. My books tell the stories, have no doubt. As pretty as its streets are, as jovial as the bards may be, darkness is drawn to Solitude.
Is the man who was executed buried here?
You mean Rogvir? Yes, I made an appeal to Captain Aldous. He allowed Rogvir to have a proper Nord burial, as is the custom in Solitude. May Arke bless you with a long life.
Oh, there it is. Ah, praise Arcade. Oh, praise be to Arcade. May you bless us with your mercy and your guiding light. Shall we smite the undead and all who practice that dark art. Coax both magical and mortal enemies from your capless opponent. Oh, I remember. It's there. Serena might be undead, but her booty is full of life. Oh, come on. Hey, now. Hey, now. Come on. Here, one septum.
You should definitely buy a house here. I'll look after it for you.
Will you? Will you seriously, though? Maybe she's doing it with her lips, I guess?
Welcome to the Bard's College. I'm the headmaster here. How may I help you?
I'm looking to apply to the college.
Always a pleasure to meet a prospective bard. You should be aware that many apply, but we accept very few people. When possible, we ask applicants to perform tasks the college needs completed. In this case, I do have a task befitting an aspiring bard.
What do you need me to do?
Elisif has forbidden the burning of King Olaf, a festival put on by the Bard's College. We need to change her mind. To convince her, I want to read King Olaf's verse, a part of the Poetic Edda, the living history of Skyrim. Unfortunately, the verse was lost long ago.
Thank you for that resub, Aphrodite Mage. And Hambone and Illogic. And that's where I come in, right?
Yes, according to Giraud, our history's keeper, the portion of the Edda dealing with King Olaf might still exist in Dead Man's Respite. I need you to retrieve the poem.
Retrieving
so what is the Poetic Edda?
I think Giraud here would give you the best explanation of both it and the history of King Olaf's verse.
What do I know?
Speak to him about it.
Why did Elisif forbid the festival?
As you may be aware, Elisif's husband, High King Torig, was recently killed. Elisif mourns her husband deeply, and she feels that a festival that burns a king in effigy is distasteful. I tried to convince her the festival is many centuries old and celebrates solitude, but I need proof. I believe King Olaf's verse will provide that proof. I wish you luck in finding the verse.
Well, thank you. I need to go to the bathroom, so I'll be back in just a second. I'll be right back, guys. Need to use the bathroom.
Oh.
Does anyone in chat want a soda?
Sorry.
Okay. Need to rest until morning. Away here. 6 hours. All right, let's go. To the castle. After I gather all these herbs. For potions. Can you marry Serana without a mod, or do you have to have a mod to do that? You need a mod? Damn. Why wouldn't they let you marry her? Well, she's gonna be my waifu, unless he is. By the way, I brought one can of soda for chat. One for me and one for you guys, so you guys can split it.
Have you heard? There's been another dragon attack. Kind's Grove this time.
Have you come to visit the High Queen? Well, get in line. I've been waiting for weeks on account of that clumsy oaf of an executioner.
You're right to be angry. The executioner here couldn't dice a carrot.
So you have seen it too. Although judging by the state of your clothing, you were lucky. The execution I witnessed was nothing short of a node to incompetence. It took 2 cuts to slice off the head. The first cut being so poor it squirted blood all over a couple of elven dignitaries standing up front. I offered my handkerchief to the lady, as is custom, but instead she reached for my cloak and wiped the blood all over the fur.
What accent does this guy have? He's trying to hide it, but something just sounds off. Animal fats, plant soils, and void salts can remove the blood stains.
So you're an alchemist, huh? Sounds like something you learn when you can't afford to replace things with gold. In this case, though, such skills might prove useful.
French-Canadian?
That is, if I was willing to entrust the cloak of Oakheart to some plant-cuddling rube. 7 generations this cloak has been in my family. 7! A noble like yourself would understand. One of my ancestors strangled a bear to death with his bare hands to get this fur. And it's been passed down from father to son ever since.
Sure. Must have been a very small bear.
I beg your pardon. You may be dressed like a noble, but your manners are akin to a brute. Why don't you trade those fine robes for a suit of armor, peasant? Because you aren't fooling anyone.
Whoa!
It's a shame what the Blue Palace has become, letting your ilk roam around here like bilge rats. In fact, maybe I ought to pay the Jarl of Windhelm a visit. I hear he actually has standards.
Okay.
The Greybeards have summoned the Dragonborn to High Hrothgar. Such a thing is not happening.
Sabine Stentor has a grasp of magical theory that I would never have expected from a human, even a Breton.
So what's your job here, Mellerin?
I make sure Erica keeps breathing.
Are you the court wizard?
No, that honor is Sabine Stentor's. A smart man steers clear of Stentor. And keeps himself out of the dungeon when she's having a bad day.
What do you mean?
Let's just say that the headsman's axe may not be the worst way for a Solitude jail prisoner to die. Look at that. I've told you to watch your tongue, and mine is waggling. I've said enough.
Wait, what?
You are free to leave.
There's torture happening here? Oh, hell no.
I swear to you, unnatural magics are coming from that cave. There are strange noises and lights. We need someone to investigate.
Then we will immediately send out a legion to scour the cave and secure the town. Hafengar's people will always be safe under my rule.
Your Eminence, my scrying has suggested nothing in the area. Dragonbridge is under Imperial control. This is likely superstitious nonsense.
Perhaps a more tempered reaction might be called for?
Oh, yes, of course, you were right. Falk, tell Captain Aldous I said to assign a few extra soldiers to Dragonbridge.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. But about the cave?
I will have someone take care of the cave as well, Varnius. You can rest easy. You're dismissed.
Milady.
Don't even think about it.
Whoa!
If you have business, please see Falk Firebeard, my steward.
Why did Ulfric kill your husband?
Because that's what traitorous cowards do when they desire power. Ulfric coveted the High King's throne. He thought he deserved it more than Torrig. And so he came before my husband and he shouted with that terrible voice, like something out of a legend or a nightmare. When Ulfric unleashed such fury, my husband, he simply ceased to be. That is all I will say, for it grieves me to speak of it.
They never really explain how Ulfric's able to shout, but he's not a Dragonborn. Are you the High Queen of Skyrim?
Not yet, no. Although it is true my husband Torrig was the High King, and I am his widow. Now is not the time to lay claim to such a title. This land is riven by war, and her people suffer for it. The Stormcloaks are a blight on Skyrim, and like any blight, must be purged. Only then will I take my rightful place as High Queen.
Oh, he trained with the Greybeards. Oh, I see. Interesting. Do you trust General Tellius?
A question I am all too familiar with. One my very Thanes ask often. They worry that Tullius is so focused on the war that he risks forgetting what's best for our people. The real irony is that, while General Tullius is certainly no Nord, the people of Skyrim would be lost without him. Trust is always difficult, especially for my people. Yet we must trust in Tullius's leadership. For what other choice do we have?
Oh, I just never been able to bring myself low enough to just join the disgusting Stormcloaks, so I never did that side. Do you like my outfit?
It's quite fetching, actually. The craftsmanship is excellent.
It was made by Radiant Raiment.
Oh, really? Well, you can tell them that I will be putting in a request for a few dresses quite soon.
Ooh. Do you need someone to check out Wolfskull Cave?
Oh, I thought that matter was handled. I think Falk is taking care of that. Be well. Pray for Solitude and my husband.
You've come to file another Everyone whines and moans about how loosely I flap my tongue, as if vain Ericures accept. And for the
Okay, I can't handle that voice.
On the other hand,
Sorry, nope.
is Mithril, and
Nope.
I am both an attendant to the
Nope.
court.
Do you have business with the court?
I have a delivery from Sorax Venice.
Oh, right, the rum. Thank you. I developed a taste for it after a fair weather trip to Hammerfell. Here, this is for you.
Ooh, thank you. Heard you looking for help with Wolfskull Cave?
You mean the Dragon Bridge issue? I'll be honest with you. I was planning to let that go. Varnius is a bit jumpy at the best of times. There have been reports of weird happenings near Wolfskull Cave. Travelers disappearing, odd lights. I suspect wild animals, or perhaps bandits. I don't think it's worth our time with the war going on. But if you want to clear out the cave, I'll make sure you're repaid for your work.
What, you think... you think that, there's gonna be like some great evil in there or something? Why is it called Wolf Skull Cave?
The cave has a bad history. Long ago, Potema the Wolf Queen used it for necromantic rituals. That's where it got the name. That was over 500 years ago. Nothing much down there now, but everyone's always convinced the cave is haunted.
What? Potema? I need to get into the Pelagius wing.
Absolutely not. That wing has been sealed for hundreds of years, and for good reason. They say the ghost of Pelagius the Mad still haunts it. Ghost or not, there are reminders of his dark rule that are best left buried away. Feel free to return to me with questions. The Blue Palace is an open forum.
Wait, you mean to tell me that you sealed off an entire wing of a castle just because there might be a ghost there?
Do you have business with the court?
What will happen to Elisif if the Empire wins the war?
That remains to be seen. By rights, she has a legitimate claim as High Queen of Skyrim. But we must have the support of the other Jarls for that claim to have any meaning. Should they accept her rule, we will have peace.
Does General Tullius respect Elisif?
Of course he does. What sort of a question is that? Maybe you've been listening to Ericur. There's been loose talk among some of the Thanes, and I suspect he's the cause of it. You'll pay those rumors no heed if you wish to retain your welcome in this city. She may be young, but Elisif is the Jarl by right. And here in Skyrim, if nothing else, we respect the traditions of our fathers' fathers. You do well to remember that.
Bethesda made me ask that question. I'm
Please,
sorry.
Feel welcome in the
Whoa,
court of
stop
solitude.
creeping. Who threw that? Who threw that? Oh, I stepped on it. Sorry. Sorry. My bad. Sorry about that.
Have you heard? There's been another dragon attack. Kynesgrove this time.
Mm-hmm.
Thane Bryling, at your service.
Which was the creepy lady?
Watch your feet. We just cleaned there.
I need to get in the Pelagius wing.
Not in your life. It's dangerous in there, and Falk doesn't even like me and Ernie going in every year to clean out the spiders.
So there's no falking way I can get in there?
If you really want to, just be careful of the ghost. He snuck up on me once and scared me sick. It took a week for me to feel better. If Ernie caught me chatting, I'd never hear the end of it.
Well, that was easy. Could have sworn there is something in this room. Maybe not. I sworn there was, though. Maybe there isn't?
If I needed something from you, you would know it.
What's your problem?
Nothing. I'm busy, and I don't like being bothered unless I'm expecting something from you. Oh, don't give me that look. Fine, I suppose I can find some menial task to set your mind on. We have something of a vampire problem. Bodies have been found with blood drained. I know of a den nearby you can wipe out as a precaution.
I'll see what I can do.
I don't expect you to be capable of even that.
Wow. I want to train in destruction magic.
I can teach you, but I won't be held responsible for what you do with the knowledge.
How long have you been in the court, wizard?
I was a member of the court during the reign of Torig's father. It was Torig who appointed me to the position.
So you and High King Torig were close?
Very. I helped raise him. Oh, I could not have been more proud to see Torig on the throne. He made a fine king. A fine king.
Wait a minute.
I was a member of the court during the reign of Torig's
You look very young.
I like to think I've aged well. I'm certainly wiser than I once was. And I know when one should speak, and when one should hold their tongue.
Wait a minute. You still just as young years later? Where were you when High King Torig died?
I was, to my shame. The whole court was in attendance. I've seen much in my time, but that was a gruesome day.
Why was he killed?
Because Ulfric needed a symbol. Someone he could defeat that represented the Empire. The white gold concordat, the banning of Talos worship. Torig's father Islot had held Skyrim together for nearly 25 years. When he died, Torig became that symbol.
So the war started when Istil died?
No, even after Islot died, the Moot voted to make Torig High King of Skyrim. But Ulfric was at that Moot, continually talking about Skyrim's independence in terms just shy of treason. I don't think Ulfric knew how much Torig respected him for that. If Ulfric had asked Torig directly to stand up, to declare independence, Torig might have done it.
Why didn't Torig ever declare independence?
Because the Dominion is a sleeping beast that Skyrim cannot slay alone. Because many Nords are part of the Imperial Army even now. Because the food and resources we get from the Empire are important to our people. Because even if we can't openly worship him, Talos the God was once Tiber Septim the man, and this is his empire. And Torig wasn't ready to let it fall apart. Vampires are clever hunters. More clever than you, definitely.
You didn't say you. Something's wrong with her. I don't trust her.